like it's been forever since I did a review. So I'm gonna let you know right off the bat. I'm not feeling good. I ate something for breakfast, and then it did not agree with me, and then now my stomach is doing flip flops, and that settled down a bit. I haven't eaten anything since breakfast, and then I had like banana like an hour or so ago, and I've been sipping like cold water. But my head is like it's not a headache. It's like that fuzzy, heavy head. If that makes sense. So yeah, but I just finished a show that I had seen a trailer for on YouTube, I believe, and it is the Saints' power. Oh wait, sorry, the Saints' magic power is omnipotent, and I believe it was supposed to be on Funimation, but it looks like they're adding a bunch of anime from, I think, like I said, Funimation. I'm not 100% sure what it's from. I just know that I didn't have the service it was on, but now they're adding it. They've added a bunch of stuff. They've added Yu Yu Hakusho, which is one of my favorite anime ever. Mainly not because I love it. It's the greatest thing ever. It's good. It's one of the first anime when I realized I was watching anime. So it has a special place in my heart. So they've added that. They've added the State's Magic is Omnipotent. There's like Black, was it Dungeon something Company, which is another thing I wanted to watch. They added back Assassination Classroom. I wanted to call it Kuro Sensei for a second. Like, they did have, like, a mini version of it, where it's, like, their chibi versions, kind of like how Attack on Titan has, like, a chibi version of the fucking show now. I haven't seen either of those. I mean, I've seen a few episodes of Assassination Classroom, but then they removed it from Crunchyroll, and then they put it back. So, I think I read somewhere that, like, Funimation had bought Crunchyroll. I'm not 100% what's going on there. It's been a while, and like I said, my head's fuzzy. But it seems like they're adding shows that I thought were only on Funimation to Crunchyroll, like the last week or so. They've added a bunch of stuff, so that's awesome. Anyway, so this is 12 episodes. It is your typical get isekai'd without really explaining why the fuck they got isekai'd. But it's a little different in the sense that there's this kingdom, and they do like a saint summoning ritual, but two girls show up. One is our protagonist, and I'm guessing she's in her like early 20s to mid 20s, so not very old. And the other girl, we don't know her age, but I'm assuming she's probably in that isekai bullshit age of like the 14, 15, like she's younger. And the prince comes along, takes this other girl, recognizes her as the saint, doesn't even fucking look at the other girl, our main character named Sei. And the entire show, I was like, I wonder, is this a fake saint? Is Sei really the saint? Is, like, what's going on? Is there some political intrigue here? Is this prince, like, doing some shit behind the scenes? Like, what is going on? And throughout the entire show, it kind of keeps you in that. Like, it's not the greatest show ever. There are definitely shows that have done this kind of whodunit, what's really going on. Well, not really a whodunit, but, like, you know what I mean? That thing happened, figure out what the fuck is happening thing. You know what I mean? Sorry, my dad's talking, so I'm gonna wait until he's in his bedroom. We play paper thin ball, so it's really weird. Like, it's not like I'm doing anything wrong, but like I feel very weird talking to myself. My dad fucking does it too. Like, you gotta use something to say I'm saying. I was like, this fucking thing and the fucking thing and the further, like he's fixing something. Where I'm very much I can have a full on conversation in my head when I'm watching an anime. I don't think I'm crazy, but there are times I wonder. Anyway, so yeah, to get someone, he kind of ignores her, our main character, Sei, and this other girl's name is Ira. And Ira is kind of recognized as the saint. He kind of is posting her up as the saint, and like literally does not even look at her. And then we flash forward a couple, I think, weeks or whatever, and she's, like she's kind of, or she learns that she can't go home, so she's kind of like fucking stuck there. But we did see like a flash of her life, and it's quite clear she kind of worked after Ira was at like a company, because there's always some fucking generic paperwork company or whatever the fuck they do. They never tell you what it is. It's just this generic thing where they work overtime all the time. So it's like that. And it's quite clear she doesn't have any family, because we do the open the door and then I'm home, not like anyone's gonna answer me cliche that I've seen like God knows how many now. And so as she kind of steps into her house, gets fucking isekai, magic circle appears. And then time flashes forward, the prince takes away the other girl, and she kind of, like, he takes charge of that girl, of Ira. And she's like training with magic at like the academy, I think. And like we do get an episode that focuses on more what's going on with her, but again, most of the time we are with Say. In the last couple episodes at the end, we actually do get an episode I think called Interlude, which is we learn what the fuck is happening with Ira. And essentially she seems very timid, very she's very much that the isekai girl, magical girl protagonist where it's they're all shy and, you know, very soft spoken and I'll do my best to help, you know, that fucking Mary Sue. Is that what it's called, Mary Sue? Oh, I knew. I've heard that phrase before, but I don't think I've ever really used it. Oh, God, I shouldn't do that in my head. Okay. So, Say is kind of depressed because they're not treating her, like, unwell or anything. Like, even the king apologizes later to her, I'm sorry for the way my son acted. Like, that was, you know. And then, even his fiance, who later becomes her friend, says again, I'm sorry for the way my fiance acted. And she's like, thank you, but, you know, it's okay. But the nice thing about it is we kind of actually do find it does bother her, and I don't think it's so much that just he was rude. It was literally like, she's summoned to a world not knowing what the fuck is going on. She's in a magic circle with a bunch of other people. There's a girl next to her who's younger than her, clearly. And yeah, that person is being taken away, so you can tell she's the type of person that's been worrying about what happened to Ira, not just like, oh, this bitch, I'm the one that's supposed to be the protected me. Like, no, she's just like, where the fuck did they take this girl? So occasionally she'll wonder if she's okay. And then, like, he literally doesn't even bother looking at her. Literally goes up to Ira, you must be the saint, and then like fucking leaves, and that's... He's kind of a dick to her. We do find out, his reason I can kind of understand, but it's still kind of a shitty reason. It's basically that she looked so normal, like maybe a servant or something, that like... Which sounds shitty if you think about it, but if you also think about it, when you read stories, like isekai stories, what are they usually... Well, now they're all like insert characters for us who play the game or whatever, or the story, to insert ourselves as that character. But usually they're like the prettiest person, all the boys love them, and they're so OP, and you know. So I can understand his thought process reading a bunch of these stories, going, okay, yeah, I can understand why you wouldn't think it's that person because she looks so fucking normal, but at the same time, it's so fucking rude. So she is very, like, she does say that she is angry, which makes sense, that you literally have everything taken from you, and then this person doesn't even acknowledge your existence, and then you're kind of stuck in the castle. Like I said, they're not treating her unwell or anything. She has a nice room. Like, she has a bunch of maids taking care of her, so she's being taken care of. And the others did acknowledge that what he did was rude and let us know if you need anything. So they're treating her well. But obviously, like, you have this life-altering situation. And then someone, like, kind of doesn't really acknowledge your existence. Like, you literally lost, like, your house. You were told you can't go back to your world. And then this other person just kind of doesn't even acknowledge you. Like, that's gonna fuck with you a little bit, you know? Like, it's not gonna eat away at her. Like, there's only 12 episodes, so who knows if there's gonna be another season. I hope there will be, because I did like this show. But, like, I kind of like how they didn't just completely gloss over it as, like, oh, it's perfectly fine, nothing's wrong, la 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 la. It's like, no, she's like, no, she's, like, talking to herself, like, thinking to herself more than anything, not talking like I am. Or she's kind of like, yeah, to be honest, I was kind of angry at first. But I am starting to like this world, and she kind of, decides to go on a walk and then finds Lavender, and of course that's a big thing for her. Like, it's kind of subtle the way they show it, but think about it. You're in an entirely different world. There's nothing familiar to do, but you see this one plant that is familiar to something you have in your world. So that kind of has, like, a holy shit, there is, you know. And she ends up finding out that she had walked into the herb garden, or whatever, I don't know what the fuck this is. The herb garden area for the, was it Magical Flora Research Institute? And she kind of ends up deciding she wants to like live there, and she makes a bunch of potions and constantly gets nagged at because she makes too many fucking potions. They're like, it's okay if you make it, but at the same time, like, we're worried about her stock. Calm the fuck down, girl. And then she finds out little things like she can heal wounds. That feels very odd. She can do little things like heal fucking wounds. That phrase doesn't make sense. And then her potions are like 1.5 times stronger than normal potions, and yeah. And then we have, like, other characters introduced. Like, we have kind of like the director of this institute, who seems like a nice person. And then we have Rube, I think his name is. Was it R-U-B-E? Rube? And he seems kind of like another researcher. So he's kind of like the first person that sees her there. They're like, hey, what you doing? Like, he isn't mean, like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, he's just, hey, what you doing over there? Like, he's very nice to her. and he's kind of like a colleague later on. And then we she decides she wants to stay there because they like offer like, do you want to stay here? And she kind of ends up like working there but not working there. And the whole plot of the thing is she the saint? Is she not the saint? Is the other girl the saint? Is she a fake? What's going on? Who's doing what? Why were two people summoned? Like, who's the real saint? And even at the end of the show, they don't really, like, they kind of hint that it's probably Say. But this is just my theory, but I think it is possible that, like, two saints were summoned, but I think more likely than not, in these type of shows, like, where you have, like, a party, you'll have, like, the cleric, the saint, the healer, whoever the fuck they are, but then you'll often have the other party members, like, say, the hero. So I don't think Ira is a fake. I think she's not the saint. I think Say is the saint. I think Ira is probably one of the other party members, such as the hero, because she does learn magic incredibly fast. So I think that's what it is later on. And I was wondering when they introduced her, like, is she going to be that character that's like, is she doing something shady? Like, is she a fake? Does she know it? Is it going to turn into, like, political intrigue? And, it's just kind of like a happy ending. They do, like, leave off. But, I actually ended up really liking it. That is my theory, is that she's probably, like, the hero or fucking something. So the other party members. And, oh, my head. My dad, like, smacked the wall, so now my head would dunk. Oh, crap, I didn't do that. You know you're stupid when... Oh, God, that reminds me. We were making, we have 2 kinds of pasta salad in our family. And I was supposed to be making macaroni tuna fish salad. But we had leftover, like, turkey ham, which goes into the other type of salad. So we had, like, the macaroni tuna salad, which is, like, what my mom makes. And then we have this other pasta salad that my aunt would make. She's passed away. And, one of the ingredients in the other one my aunt makes is turkey ham. So we had turkey ham, and I was like, okay, we need to use that. And, like, my brain was just like, let's put the onions and the celery and then the turkey ham. And it was about right there, and it was halfway through the turkey ham. And I went, Mom, what pasta salad am I supposed to make? And she's like, the tuna fish one. I'm like, so, yeah. Basically, it's onions, celery seed, salad dressing mustard, tuna fish, like, particularly a tuna fish sandwich, and then, like, eggs, salt, and pepper. It doesn't sound amazing, but it is. I know you're thinking just like a mouthful of like mustard and sawdust, and you're like, ugh. It's better than it's better than it sounds. And then the other one is like turkey ham, black olives, red and yellow peppers, like sweet peppers, and like pepper jack cheese and cheddar cheese cut up into chunks. And so my brain was like, we need to use up that ham. So, yeah, I had the onions and the celery, and then I was, like, literally halfway through the ham. I was like, oh, well, I made the wrong one. And then my mom, she kind of takes over because I got sick this morning. And she does the rest of it. Like, I cut up most of the stuff. She just needed to, you know, like, dump the water and for the pasta and fucking mix it. And she puts cheese in it, which is not in the tuna fish salad recipe. So I was telling her, apparently, stupid is contagious. So we're like, Brute, I like my sister's name, and then like, so we kind of fucked it up. Anyway, yeah, but I ended up really liking this one. Like I said, my Crunchyroll is 12 episodes. I hope we get another season. But it's basically kind of say, like, it is very much both of them. Like, am I the saint? Am I not the saint? What if I am the saint? What if I'm not the saint? What if, like, they don't know if they are or if the other is? What's gonna happen if they are? Or if they aren't, like, am I going to be tossed aside? How's my life going to change if I am the saint? Because, like, these, of course, I forget the important part of the story is, like, these, like, this miasma is creating monsters and shit, and they have to, like, the saint helps them, like, beat it or whatever. And, so yeah, it's kind of that. It gets a little bit more dangerous as things go on, and then we find out kind of, like, the prince's reasoning for why he acted the way he did, and why he kind of just ignored her, which is literally just, he was like, just too ordinary, which, again, I still think is rude as fuck, but I do understand, because you would expect someone called the saint, this, like, epic being, to be, like, this gorgeous, amazing, you'll know right away when you see them type of thing, and yet this is random, very obvious, like, very extra character-looking motherfucker. So I can understand, but it still doesn't make any sense, because that seems really fucking stupid. Like, if she is or isn't, why would you want to piss them off? Like, wouldn't you treat them equally until you know what the fuck is going on for your own sake? And then, of course, we have, like, the slight mentioning of, like, you know, the king and the people aren't very happy about him and the way he kind of, like, disrespected Say. which honestly makes sense. This person is supposed to save them, and then this other person showed up, and like they literally didn't even acknowledge her. And so of course they're like, what the fuck? And then we kind of have just his brother is barely introduced, like just so extra character. They're like, hi, I'm the second French by. And you're like, okay, you gonna come in later? No, okay, I guess you're for the second season if there is one. And then you have the Grand Mage, who I can't tell if he's like one of those characters that like truly is evil, or if he's just one of those like very mischievous mad scientist type characters that aren't necessarily evil, but that don't make them exactly the bestest people. Like, you know, that creepy motherfucker that's like, I want to experiment. I promise I won't hurt you. And you're just like, I know you wouldn't do it on purpose, but at the same time, I also know you were a little too interested in dissecting me and figuring out what the fuck is going on with me. Like, he does a few rape faces, which kind of makes me laugh. I don't know what to call it. Sorry if that offended you. But, like, you know, the very creepy, like, hey... Like, he's this beautiful man, and then he has a very creepy face, which makes it more effective, really, than if an ugly person did it. Is have you had the gorgeous character with the creepy face? Because it's extra, like, I'm in danger! That's my thought the entire show, is just anytime he's on screen, that fucking sense of the clip of, I'm in danger! As you can tell, I enjoyed this. Oh god, my eyes watering now, because I laugh, eyes water. Please enjoy the inside of my eyeball. I know it's very attractive. Oh, I hate that one. Like, you feel like you have something in your eye, and you, like, I think I'm gonna like will it out of my eye or something by doing that. I don't know. This gives me a bigger fucking headache. Like, I'll check out my other videos, and I will be doing more reviews. I am going to. I'm talking really fast. I have to take a breath. I am. There's a new episode of In the Land of Lidale. How do you pronounce it? I'm probably butchering that pronunciation. But so there's a new one of that today. Those are on Wednesdays. And then I want to watch, was like the Dungeon of Black Company or whatever is the another one of the new ones they added. I expect they're probably going to add even more stuff. I don't know if they're going to add everything. Like, I would love that if like Crunchyroll and like Funimation combined to make one super anime station. Like, who knows, it's running too great. There's all the wonderful things today. Anyway. Yeah, so have you seen this anime? Do you like it? I liked it. I don't think it's the greatest anime I've ever seen. Like, there are definitely ones that just kind of outshine for me. But I do tend to like the isekai that focus more on the, like, relationships and kind of like the slice of lifeness. Rather than just, it's a demon lord, let's go kill it. Like that, I mean, there are some things that I do like about those type of shows. But more often, I've just recently realized I definitely do trying to go to, like, the isekai lifestyle show. Like, I like the funness. I like them exploring the lore, what's going on with the world, and making new characters and learning their powers, and like them kind of like truly starting to love this new world they're in instead of. I found it's kind of started to annoy me. Is the I have to go home. Oh! Like I get it. Obviously, you're gonna be sad. Like, it's not like it takes me out. It's not like it's unbelievable, but like it feels like every fucking Isekai character is that character that does nothing but bitch the entire time about wanting to go home. So whenever there's one where they're not actively doing it, where she says she does kind of, like, she was mad and she's, you know, her life's been upheaved or whatever, but at the same time that she is starting to genuinely like this world, and she even kind of mutters to herself, was it really that unimportant to me? Because, like, she had no one there. But now she has this beautiful world to explore. She had like a hobby of like learning about herbs and stuff, but now she can actually kind of do that as her job now. You know, there's a handsome man in there now. Like, I guess there are a lot of handsome men, but I'm such an East kind of dork. I'm just like, is this gonna be a harem? It's gonna be a harem. I feel like everything's a fucking harem now. So there's like automatically I'm like, okay, there's another guy. You gonna? No, okay. It's pretty obvious she's probably gonna end up with Commander Hawk, which I actually thought was kind of cute. But it's like so obvious the flirting that he's doing that it's just like, at this point, just ask her to marry you, dude. Like, you're not subtle. And his friend is the director of the Institute. And then, of course, the Grand Mage ends up tutoring her. And he can't measure her magic. And we find out it's most likely that her magic is too powerful and he can't measure it. We get little lore bits and that kind of stuff. And I don't know, I just really like it. I think it's worth watching. It's not the greatest anime in the world, but it definitely was a fun show to watch. And I do want more of it. Okay, like I'm subscribed by Ramble On enough.